Let's make a glow beat for Osamason. Yo, welcome back guys, I hope y'all are doing well as always. Today we're going to be making like a energetic glow type of beat for Osamason, kind of like a lot of the stuff from his last project, Flex Music. So for this one we're going to be at 158 BPM. A good range for these type of beats is anywhere from like 145 to like 160, just that like kind of fast-paced energetic BPM. And so the first thing I started with this MIDI was just to get like some basic root notes down. So I started with this piano from Addictive Keys, and I just laid down a super simple like bass line pattern. It sounds like this. This pattern is like pretty common in a lot of glow beats, just the like kind of stepping up one note. And then next thing I added was this brass one shot, like a low brass. And I just copied the same MIDI over to kind of stack it with the piano. I used this brass 17 from this Z one shots kit. It sounds like this. So yeah, that's where you kind of get like the first glimpse of like the glow type of style with the brass. And then the next thing I added was this organ from Expand. It's called 22 Reggae Ballad, and I pretty much took the same notes as the first MIDI. I just kind of chopped them up and made them into like little short stabs, and then added a double hit when the notes go up. And then for that one I have Portal on it, from this Decay Bank, and it's kind of just like chopping up the notes in a different rhythm than they're already being played. So it sounds like this. And this sort of like chopped up pattern is really where you start to like hear the bounce coming into play. And then the next I added this Hive, and I used the preset AZ Fine Silk from the Loops Tuned section. And again, it's pretty much the same MIDI, so you can see there's a lot of just stacking the same notes on top of each other, but they all kind of play a different role. And that sounds like this. So that introduces sort of like another bounce similar to the organ, just that kind of like chopping, repetitive pattern. So those four sounds are kind of like the foundation, and then I started to add some little like top line things. So I added this lead. I see a lot of people use like glide notes for these beats just because it gives it kind of like a cool tone. So I came up with this pattern here. And then I also added some Portal to this one. It's called Waiting. It's from the same Decay Bank, and that sounds like this. Also, this lead is Lead Machine. It's from the Hardcore kit by Florency. So then after that, I layered the original MIDI again with this Strobe one shot, also from this Z one shots bank, and that sounds like this. So this one shot's cool because it has like a tremolo already kind of built into the one shot. So that's where you get that sort of like pulsating effect that comes through. And then the last thing I added was just another kind of lead. It's from Serum. It's from the Onion Bank by Alex Chase. I use this bank a lot for like any sort of like virtual or like digital sounds. It's called Synth Two Sides. and I used it just because it has like a cool like warping effect almost. So it sounds like this. So you can hear like those end notes, it's kind of like stuttering out super fast. I think that just kind of gives the loop a little bit of character. So yeah, that's it for the loop. All together, it's gonna sound like this. Alright, so moving on to the drums, I kept it pretty simple. I started with just this basic kind of 808 pattern. I noticed a lot from Flex Music is that like the 808s for those beats, it's really just like one pattern that repeats a bunch, but it's kind of like a catchy pattern, so I came up with this. And I think it's important to use either like a sub 808 with a kick or a longer 808 that kind of has like the hard hitting beginning already. And then I just added a clap. And then I just added this simple hit one hi-hat and lay down this pattern. And then I added 2 snares, this family snare, and then this Rari snare. Pretty like typical trap sounds. And those two together sound like this. And then the last 2 things I added were just this open hat and the Zay chant. That sounds like this. So yeah, that's really it for the drums. Pretty simple, not a lot of crazy things going on. Just kind of filling in the pockets with snares and whatever. And the 808 pattern that just kind of knocks, but it's pretty simple. And yeah, so all together, I guess the drums sound like this. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this beat. I hope you guys learned something as always. Let me know if you think this fits like the Osamason style. Also let me know what you want to see for future videos and stuff like that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace.